Are you a business owner or employee who needs to network but is terrified of walking into a room full of people you don't know? Are you afraid of being left out of conversations or being awkward in the conversations you do have? Your tour guide, Faithann, is here to walk alongside you through the networking terrain, offering tips and tricks to network with ease. She'll also bring insightful interviews with successful business owners who have used networking to expand their businesses. Building relationships is the heart of networking, and generosity is the cruise ship that will navigate you toward those important relationships for your business or career. Grab your sunscreen and suitcase. Faithann is ready. Are you?
Hello there, and welcome to the Networkers Tour Guide podcast. I'm your host, Faithann. I'm glad you found the show. Networking is providing opportunities for others that they would not have except for you, so that you have standing to ask for opportunities from those same people when you need them. How do we create opportunities for others? And how do we ask for those same opportunities? Well, that's what this podcast is all about. It's what I'm here for. Let's dive into episode 8. This episode is all about the networking sweet spot. It comes from Tour 49 at my blog at thenetworkerstourguide.net. The networking sweet spot. Recently, I was asked a question by somebody that I network with, I see pretty often. She asked, sometimes I struggle with the hustle of, do I go to every meeting I found this week, or do I put my nose to the grindstone and work in my business? So for us solo entrepreneurs, is there a sweet spot? This is a really good question. We should be smart about our networking. And the simple answer to this solo entrepreneur's question is no. We should not be going to every meeting we find in a given week or month. Boy, that sounded pretty judgmental. I didn't mean for it to sound that bad. The simple answer is no, we should not be going to every meeting that we see. There is a sweet spot for all of us who network, although it's going to look differently depending on your situation. So here are some factors. Here are 3 factors that you can use to help you find your networking sweet spot. How many meetings should I be going to in a given month? Number 1, commit meetings to your calendar. It's really important to commit meetings to your calendar and treat them as important as your other meetings. If you've got a meeting with your bookkeeper about your profit and loss statement, that's an important meeting. You're not just going to blow that off on a whim. Well, your networking meeting should be just as important. When you put those meetings on your calendar, it's also going to be a visual representation of your time. So it may be that you look at your calendar after you've planned them all out. You've put all those meetings that you want to attend on your calendar, and you look down and you say, oh, well, there's no way I can do all this. Or you may say, oh, I'm only going to put a few on there, and you look down at your calendar and you say, well, I may be able to fit 1 or 2 more in this month. So it's a visual that helps you decide. It helps you measure your time, and it helps you commit to them once they're on your calendar. We want to schedule those meetings a month ahead, and it prevents what I call the squirrel effect, where it's a meeting here, one here, one there, I don't want to miss out on this one. Let me go to this one. But Mary asked me to go to this one, because networking is serious business, so it can't be treated on whims. That can't be the foundation of your networking, is just your whims, your quick emotions. Has to be planned. An easy way to turn down a networking invitation, if you feel like after looking at your calendar, that you can't take any more on, is you can say, I would enjoy that, but my calendar won't let me this month. So it's the calendar that's declining. It's not you. It's your calendar's fault. Now, consistency matters. So that's the second thing. Consistency matters most. So it's better to attend 1 meeting consistently than to attend 8 or 9, but you're showing up sporadically. Our brains can only hold so much information. So if you go to a meeting in September and you don't come back again until December, it's as if you've never been, because our brains need some kind of filtering mechanism, and our brains are not going to treat somebody that we met 3 months ago at a meeting as somebody important. because then we can't treat the other people that are really important in our lives with the same attention. So the brain has to have some kind of filtering system. I recommend, as soon as you can, join a weekly networking group. That's what I recommend. It may not be in the cards for everybody, but it is my recommendation. Most of those weekly networking meetings are going to have a cost applied to them, and if those meetings are run properly, it's well worth the investment. If you can't do a weekly meeting, then choose a monthly meeting and go every month. Go to that same meeting every month. The third thing to consider is that your one-to-one meetings that you need to be setting and making and going to need to be factored in. So it's not just the networking meeting, it's how many one-to-one meetings from the networking meeting are you going to realistically be able to schedule each week. The one-to-one meetings are where my friend Sybil, she says it's where the magic happens. This is where somebody really gets to know you and like you and trust you. It's where you can explain in a little bit more detail how you actually help your clients, and you can learn how people help their clients. You can learn what kind of referrals are good and what kind of referrals are bad at these one-to-one meetings. They have to be factored in. So if you attend 10 networking meetings a month and you do not have a single one-to-one with any of those people that you're meeting, you're wasting your time. The one-to-one meetings that you set also need to be just as important as any other client meeting that you have in your business. When you don't treat them seriously and you make those one-to-one appointments and then you break them, you break rapport. People lose trust in you. They can't confidently refer you, because if you're going to cancel a meeting with me at the last minute, what are you going to do with somebody I refer you to? Or what are you going to do with somebody that I refer to you? Will you be doing the same thing to them? Well, then that affects me. So the networking meeting, treat seriously. The one-to-one meetings that have to come from those networking meetings, treat seriously. And think about how many realistically can you have in a week. I mean, I've known people who've had 5 a week, down to people that maybe only have 2 a month. It's going to be what your business can realistically withstand.
Hi, listeners. Are you someone who struggles to ask engaging questions at your business lunches? Faithann has put together her list of 10 questions she uses when she is with a business owner over lunch or coffee. These questions build rapport and, more importantly, make that person you're talking to feel seen and heard. Go grab this free resource today by clicking on the questions link in the show notes.
Now, if you are a solopreneur and you have no employees, here are a couple of tips for you to have one-to-one meetings. You could schedule those meetings at your office. So make the people come to you. That way, if there's something urgent that pops up, you're better prepared to deal with it. If you're at your office and you have everything you need in front of you to deal with that, you can have virtual one-to-ones, which then take the travel time away. So that's another tip. Another tip for those solo entrepreneur that has no employees, ask your referral partners or those people that you're meeting if they'd be willing to meet during non-business hours. And you might actually find people that are willing to do that. Maybe they're willing to meet you at 7 a.m. Or maybe if you go to the same gym, you meet a little earlier and then you go to your workout. Or maybe on a Saturday. So you're not limited to these business hours. If you find somebody who maybe doesn't have traditional business hours, and on Tuesdays they don't really do much on a Tuesday, then you can ask, can we meet in the evening on Tuesday? It's just finding the right fit for the people that can accommodate your limited availability, and just making it a priority, making a one-to-one a priority in your business. And if you can make it a priority, then you'll find a way to have those one-to-ones, and you'll decide, how much you can realistically do. If you are a business owner who has many employees, you probably are going to have a little bit more flexibility, and you can go to 2 or 3 weekly things a month, or you can have more one-to-ones. It's just going to be what your business can hold, can support. Whether you have a lot or a few, just be consistent. Just be consistent. And Whether you have a lot of meetings or a few, if they're on your calendar, make them a priority. Go network, my friend, and remember, consistency and careful planning are the keys to finding the networking sweet spot.
You've been listening to the Networkers Tour Guide podcast with Faithann Basore. Share this episode with a friend and be sure to come back next week for more networking tips and tricks from the Networkers Tour Guide.